I see. So, in terms of numbers, I mean, I've heard things, about we might be $1 million in a whole, $1 billion in the hole next year. Do you have any feel for what that hole might be in terms of the budget?
It looks like right now it's going to be about $1.2 billion. And I base that on the fact that the current budget, which started July 1, is about $25 billion, as you know, Steve. It contains $992 million of one-time money, which means we'll spend it this year. And this time next year, that $992 million will be gone, but the expenses that it paid for will still be there. We'll start out about $1.2 billion in the hole. How will they fill the hole? I don't know. The administration says it has a plan. I don't know the details of their plan. It's basically at this juncture, trust me. I hope they do have a plan. I hope they can achieve their plan by reducing the spending in health care without impacting quality of care, and it can be done. I hope they don't tear the guts out of our universities again. We have cut since 2008, after figuring in the tax increases, the tuition increases, we cut higher ed about $700 million. And I don't know how UNO and LSU and Southern and our other universities are making it. But the administration has not shared its plan yet for filling the hole, so we'll see. I mean, I'm obviously worried about it. I hope we don't have mid-year budget cuts. We've had mid-year budget cuts for the last 6 years. What we desperately need in state government is some budget stability, and we haven't achieved that in a while. And until we do, we won't be able to fix our health care system. We won't be able to lift up our schools, and we're not going to be able to build the roads that we need to get built.
I see. Now, I know that you've been trying to say reduce the state contracting in terms of the number of contracts that we let, and the legislature actually passed legislation to do so, but the governor vetoed it. Am I correct?
Yes, we had a bill this year. It was the third time we presented the bill, and this year it passed to direct through the Joint Legislative Budget Committee all the agencies in state government to reduce their spending on consultants. We have, I don't know, tens and thousands, 19,000 consulting contracts, most of which are with out-of-state companies. Some of them add value, but a lot of them don't, and everybody knows that. The legislature voted unanimously, both the House first and then the Senate voted unanimously to achieve some savings by reducing consulting contracts. Basically, our goal was a modest 10%. Which I thought would be a good start. I'd like to do more, but that was what I could get through the legislature. I think it would have saved a minimum of $100 million, probably a lot more if we did it right. The money was going to be spent on our universities, try to help them out, and the governor vetoed the bill, so we'll be back next year.
What was the reason for vetoing?
Bobby didn't call me about it. He vetoed it. Based on his comments in the paper, I sensed that he believes it was inconsistent with his privatization plans, which I understand his point of view. I just don't agree with it. I don't think it had anything to do with privatization. I think it had to do with spending less money on these out-of-state consultants and using the money for a higher priority, which in my opinion was education.
I see. You mentioned he hasn't talked to you about it. When's the last time you talked to him, if I might ask?
Well, every governor has his own management style.
Sure.
I've served with 4 of them. Governor Jindal is not a micromanager. He's a macro manager. He doesn't tend to interact a lot directly. He goes through staff. Let me think. I think the last time I've actually spoken to the governor is probably 18 months, 2 years, something like that.